Hey, 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 Team 100, and welcome to Inspiration Speak Love 100 with the girl, Josie Love. That is me, and I am just super excited to be with you guys tonight because it's what? Testimony night. Yes, it is testimony night. You guys know what it is. So come on in, tell a friend, grab a friend, text a friend, and tell them that it's going down right here on Inspiration Speak Love 100. Come on in. I am so excited. You guys know how I like to start off testimony night. I just like to say thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your participation. I just love you guys, Team 100. I'm so proud of all the work that you guys are doing. I'm so happy that you guys are really being committed to being the best version of yourself, and you won't regret it. Trust and believe. Tonight is testimony night, and boy, do I have, or don't I have, a testimony. I'm gonna get right into it because I'm just like so excited. I've been waiting for you guys to connect, and so we are here. Tonight, the topic is real. I'm super excited about this topic because it has just been everything. Like when I say everything, it's been everything, you guys. And I hope it is a blessing to you guys. So, like I said, come on in. Tell a friend to tell a friend that is going down. All right. It's testimony night. Before I start with my testimony, I do want to just let you guys know that the platform is here for you guys to chime in. I want to feel your presence. I want you guys to participate. So if you would like to share your testimony, please press that request button and go live with the girl. I would love to hear your story. I would love to be blessed by your testimony, and I know many people would want to hear your story as well. Like I tell you guys all the time, no one can tell your story better than you. So request, share, like, post. Let's do it. Okay, so testimony night. I am just so grateful. I'm just so happy. Like I tell you guys all the time, your testimony don't have to be something amazing or extravagant. It just have to be something meaningful. It have to be something that is encouraging, something that makes you want to do more better in your everyday life, something that makes you want to see other people do better. It just have to bring joy to your life. It has to bring joy to other people. It can be the smallest thing. It doesn't have to be something that has fireworks and something that is grand or something that is seen by many. Your testimony could just be a simple hello. How did it change your life? How did you change someone else's life? It could just be something that you had done around the house for yourself or for someone, and just seeing that person receive that pleasant act of kindness. A testimony could be anything. A lot of people are saying like, oh well, I don't know how to put my testimony into words. I don't know if it's going to be interesting. Your story, your testimony does not have to be interesting to everyone. It just has to be a blessing to you. If you felt like it was a blessing and it moved you in some type of way, that is a testimony. If you felt like you did something that moved you for someone else, that is a testimony. If you saw something, experienced something that just changed your mindset, that changed your perspective on how you look at certain things, that is a testimony. It's when you're able to, receive and give something beyond just the norm of, a gift or, something where you have to celebrate someone. It's something where you're just doing it because, one, it's something that comes to you where you just do it. It's from your heart, or you're receiving, it's the season for you to receive, and you're like, yo, I was going through a lot. I was, catching a bunch of L's, and look at all these amazing people, all these amazing things that is happening to me. Last week I was broke. This week I got $5 more, or, my bank account is, looking more healthy. Last week I was sick, and this week I feel much better. And that is a testimony in itself. So it doesn't have to be anything grand. You don't have to have a lengthy story. It can be something very simple that you feel like, God really just showed up and showed out, and that's your testimony. So don't be, too, nervous, or don't think about it too much. If it was meaningful, if it touched you in some way, if you were able to be a blessing or to touch someone else, that's a testimony. That's a story that, I would love to hear. And I know many other people would love to hear it as well. There's so much negative things going on in the world. And I know we would I would love to hear touching, empowering, encouraging, positive stories, positive testimonies from you guys. So tell your story, share your story. I want to hear it. So the platform is yours. In regards to my testimony, listen, it ties into tonight's topic. And I'm just going to give you guys a topic. So while I tell the testimony, you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Team 100, you guys know I'm in my transition of becoming the better or the best version of myself. And, I want to share that with you guys. I want to encourage and inspire you guys to know that, all things under the sun is possible if you put God first. And with me saying that, tonight's topic is activating your faith to another level. Yep, y'all heard me say it. Let's say it together. Activating your faith to another level. Yes, there is another level to your faith. But I ain't gonna get into the message just now. Look at you guys. I'm about to pull me in. All right. So my testimony for this week, I think it's also my testimony for my transition. Last year has been such an amazing, such a hard year for me. I really thought I would just have broken into pieces and have been shattered and scattered like last week lesson. And I wouldn't be able to find myself. And, at first I was not able to find myself. And when I put God first and when I was really just like, yo, I need to put you first. I have to allow you to just show up and show out in my life, God, because at the end of the day, you are all I have. I did not realize, you guys, that I was activating my faith, and I was activating it constantly to the next level. And when I found out that's what I was doing, I was blown away. When I say blown away, I was truly blown away, because I did not understand that God was working in me in that way. I thought I was just like, doing, the regular pray, you ask, and then, hopefully it comes to pass. And really, when I started to realize that I was actually activating my faith, I was just like, yo, I have to share this with you guys, because it makes a huge difference. You really get to experience and enjoy God on another level. You get to experience your blessings on another level. You get to see things happen. It's like building a house. You buy the land, and then after you get the contractors to come and build, and then every day or every month, you see progress, until, the ending of the project or the building, you come to a house, full house, window, doors, roof, everything. You have a full house. And that is how my life is coming into mashing, or it's coming together. Better yet, I didn't know I even had the land, and God gave that to me by giving me a solid foundation in Him. And as He worked in me, He started to add the plywood, and He started to hammer things down, and He started to put up the walls, and the spacing for the mirrors, and He started to put in the windows. And listen, by the end of this year, you guys, I'm gonna be a full house. Okay. The reason why I say this is because when you really are conscious about seeking God and really just putting in the work to just allow Him to just show you what to do next, you take your faith to another level. A lot of people, we're taught very young, our parents, teach us, the word. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, for many, many years, I was on baby faith. What my mom taught me growing up, what I learned in Sabbath school, I took that and I rolled with it for years. I was just like, all right, I know the word because, I went to the Sabbath school. I got the lesson, we used to have the lessons and stuff. my mom, we have, Fridays, and, we come together, we pray, we do the Bible, scripture reading and stuff like that. And, that was like me, just like, okay, my mom is, giving me the word, the pastor is giving me the word when I go to church. But when I realized that I was not getting nowhere, I felt very empty, I was not growing, I realized that I was really living on baby faith. And when I say baby faith, is because I really didn't believe in anything beyond, okay, what the Bible stories, taught me. I never really lived it, or, intentionally sought out God in my life. I knew God was there. I knew that he was doing and blessing me, but I really didn't seek it out. Like, I didn't really pay attention to the signs that he was giving me and stuff. And as I got older and as I became a mom, when I really realized that I was tapping in, like I really had to, consciously, put forth effort into my faith, is when I was pregnant with Olivia. And I would never forget this. This was one of my mentors. It ties into the testimony, guys. I was pregnant with Olivia, and I was probably like 6 months pregnant, and I was working at a hospital, and I was just like defeated. That day I was just defeated, and I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I was questioning myself, and my mentor, he was such an amazing person. Shout out Carlos Guy, rest in peace. I love him to death. Amazing person. And we used to always have like these really deep conversation, and I was there in my office, and just like really just down. And I was just like debating, like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna be a good mom. I don't know if I'm gonna have the tools that I need, to raise this, this child, that's growing in me. I was just really just like bummed out, because I was like, oh my God, I'm 6 months pregnant. This is real. And for first time moms, yeah, I know we freak out. We want to do everything perfect, because this is the first, you don't know what to expect. You want to be the best, and there's a lot of pressure there. So I was in my office, and he came by, and we always have lunch together, and he was like, yo, Jay, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I explained and I expressed to him what was going on. And he was like, what? I can't believe this is coming from you, because, my, happy-go-lucky self. And he said, he asked me this question, and, hopefully take this question as well and, see where it applies to you. He asked me this question, and he said, Jay, do you trust this chair that you're sitting in? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, do you trust this chair that you're sitting in? Do you have faith that this chair is going to support you and your baby? And I was like, yeah, that's why I sat on it. Like, that's why I'm sitting here. Hello. And he was like, okay, so why are you doubting God? Haven't he not brought you through everything that you already have gone through? Have you not seen him set you up into the position that you are right now? And so if you have that much faith in this chair, that you think this chair is going to support you, why are you doubting God? And I was like, damn. Okay. And, he went on to explain, he was like, if you had a doubt that this chair was going to fall or break underneath you when you sat in it, would you have sat in the chair? And I said, no, I would not have sat here, because I knew the chair was going to break and fall with me. Like, who would have done that? Would you have done that, Team 100? No. So he was like, okay, so if you have faith and you know that God is going to give you the tools that you need to be this mom, he wouldn't give you this child if he knew that he already did set you up with everything that you need, with the people, with the, the resources to be a great mom, right? And I was like, well, you make a valid point. Now thinking about it, that I had a great support system. I was, healthy. I was happy. My daughter was doing well. Everything I needed up to that point, I had it. And it was like, why was I psyching myself out when God had already proven to me that, yo, I got you. And all you have to do is just keep on believing in me and keep doing what you're doing. And, not, stay stagnant in that moment. And when I realized that, yo, Josie, I was not activating my faith. I was about to throw away, in a sense, everything I've worked and built with Christ, because I started to doubt him. I started to feel like, okay, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. And, unlike the chair, I was able to put my faith in an object instead of the creator of the world. And when I started to understand, like, we put our faith in, hey, my car is going to take me to point A to point B, and I'm going to be there on time. I'm going to wake up every morning. My bed is not going to fall, with me when I'm sleeping. This cup is going to hold this beverage in it and not, fall apart. We are able to put our trust in so many materialistic things, yet we have so much hard time, just like putting our faith into, the creator, the one that wakes us up, the one that says, hey, you know what? I give you breath to be you today, And so when he told me that, from that point on, it was like, I believe 2011, I would want to say, or 2010. I started to really just like be more proactive in my faith, like everything I was conscious of, just doing like the basic things. I was like, hey, God, is this what you want me to do? Is that where you want me to go? I started to include him in everything. And that was activating my faith, because I started to, when certain things didn't go how it should go, I started to realize, okay, you know what? Maybe this is not of God. And I started to slow down and wait on him to, make the next step. And, when I started to do that, everything started to come together. And with me saying and sharing that story with my transition, I wouldn't have been able to come out of my transition the person that I am right now if I did not trust and allow God to step before me and have faith that he's going to move in the way he wants to move. And all I have to do is keep up with him. All I have to do is seek him. All I have to do is, when we pray, when we ask God for something, it's not just like, okay, I pray and I'm gonna just forget about it. He's gonna make it happen. He's a genie. No, it's like, okay, I prayed for this, and so I'm gonna intentionally work on it. I prayed for me to, have a better, relationship with him. I'm gonna seek him daily. I'm not just gonna pray to him every, night or every morning and say, okay, I have faith. God is real. But then again, when something happened, you become very anxious, you become, very nervous, you worried, you have anxieties, because that was me. Things would happen and I would just freak out. And when I started to realize that that's not faith-based, that's not having faith. If you have faith, you know that, hey, you know what you ask for, what that God has placed in your life, in your path, is going to happen. When stuff comes, you shouldn't be shaken. You should be aware, but you shouldn't be shaken. You shouldn't, be so distressed that you forget his promise. And this week, there were so many amazing, confirmations of that for me. I prayed for so many things, and, diligently, I've been working on these things. Diligently, I've been really just like, seeking Christ on these things. A lot of us, we ask for so many things. Oh Lord, give me a great job. And, oh Lord, get me, a husband, get me a wife, get me, this nice car, or, oh Lord, make me feel better. Yet we do no work in order to go or strive towards these things. And we just expect God to just give it to us and be like, oh, I have faith God is going to move. That's not what it's all about. And this week I had realized that, when you really have faith, when you activate your faith, you say, you know what, God, this is what my heart desires, and I'm going to seek you out, and I'm going to wait for you to give it to me. I know it may not come tomorrow. I know it may not come, when I want it, but that's you activating your faith, knowing that, okay, I prayed about it. God sent me confirmation that, hey, this is yours. What you was praying for, what you was asking God for, he sent you confirmation. You was looking for this job. He got you the interview. Okay, this is confirmation. Now you have to work on your craft to, make it to the next step and the next step until you get it. You asked for this house. Okay, now you have to, be ready to, fix and break and things and, put things up. And you can't be lazy with your home. You asked for this home. You cannot just say, okay, now I have this home. I don't have to keep it up. Now you have to show God, okay, you know what? You gave it to me and I'm going to keep up with it. I asked God for, this platform, for me to be prepared and for him to do his will for this platform. And for many years, I was not ready, but I kept seeking him. The passion and the purpose that he gave me, I never stopped seeking it. I knew that, it was going to come eventually, but I kept on activating my faith. In the days I wanted to give up, I was like, nope, I got to keep on, because this is what he says. His word is true. And this week, with so many projects, the book, I know you guys are waiting for the book. I am working on that, just having the people that surround me that has been so, supportive. I've been activating my faith that, okay, God, I've asked for it. You gave me confirmation. Now I'm going to do the steps, and I'm going to be diligent in what, I have to do in order to, accomplish that. A lot of people think that faith is just like, believing in, just like, okay, God, I believe you, you're going to do it. No, yes, it's believing, but then again, it's activating. It's like, oh, I know, I'm expecting it. We expect Uber Eats to come within 30 minutes. That's how you have to activate your faith in Christ. Like, okay, God, I expect you to love me, to show me how to be, genuine, to show me how to be kind, to show me to learn how to discern certain, bad behaviors from people. I'm going to trust you that you're going to give these things to me, but I have to seek you, and that is how you activate your faith. You don't just pray about it. A lot of us, we pray about it. Oh Lord, please help me with this. Help, this person, help that person, make this person feel better. Help me, do this, help me to go there. And it's like, a wish list. But then again, are you really activating your faith? Like, what, God, I want to do this. Let me know. Let me see if it's according to your will. That's activating your faith, baby. That's taking that to the next level. If you cannot have a conversation with God and say, what, God, if it's not what you want, I'm cool with it. That's not activating your faith. Your faith is not just to receive. Your faith is also to be taught. Your faith is also to know that, what, he is going to be there. He's going to be present, but don't take him for granted. He's going to show up. And understand when he showed up, that, hey, you have to move a certain way. You cannot just like, okay, God is he's gonna do this. I see a lot of people do that. They're in bad situations, like, oh, God is just going to deliver me from this situation, but you're not doing anything to say, hey, God, I'm going to meet you halfway. Okay. I'm going to take the steps. I'm going to move out. I'm going to, not be toxic. I'm not going to entertain toxic people or toxicity. I'm not gonna, be vulgar. I'm not gonna dress vulgar because I don't want that attention. And we don't take the proper steps to say, I'm not going to, because I'm seeking something. It's just like, I watched this pastor. I just started watching this pastor. I don't remember his name, but he talks about a kingdom mindset. You can't expect to have a kingdom mindset if you don't do certain things, if you don't read certain books, if you don't, pour into yourself what you need to pour into yourself in order to formulate that kingdom mindset. You're not just going to go to bed, pray about, okay, I want a kingdom mindset, and then you wake up and then tomorrow you have a kingdom mindset. No. With everything, when you expect, you put faith into it. That's a reassurance that, okay, it's going to happen. It's supposed to happen. Just like, the example of the chair, I'm sitting in a chair today, and I have faith that this chair is going to keep me sitting in this position, and I have faith that it is, because I would not have sat here. The same way that, God has allowed us, the opportunity to be alive. We need to take this opportunity to show that I believe in you completely, not just when I want something. This week, a lot of things didn't go as planned. A lot of things, I had a lot of ups and downs. However, I didn't deter from, okay, I'm going to keep on with this path. In my transition of, just becoming my individual self, getting to know who I am, getting to know my strength and my weaknesses, I realized that, for a long time, I would, step away from God when I felt like, okay, he's taking too long. I felt like, okay, I can do this, I was afraid of, okay, you know what, this is not going the way it's supposed to be going. So I took matters into my own hand. And that is not activating your faith. When you activate your faith, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, we are able to do that in a relationship. Dude be acting foolish and good, bad, or ugly, we're there. For guys, chick be bugging, like I say. Yeah, there. So if you are that committed to someone, why we can't be so committed to Christ? When you activate your faith, you're saying, you know what, whether the storm comes, I'm going to be right here and I'm going to believe that it's going to work out. For so long, I didn't understand my mom and her spirituality. And, I thought it was very odd, but it was her activating her faith. She was never shaken. Like, things would have happened to our family, and it's like my mom would just be in so total peace. And that's when your faith is activated to the next level, where you don't let things of this world shake you. You don't let what you see on the news shake you. Yes, things are going to happen. Yes, you have to prepare for them. Yes, you have to make sure that your family is good. But at the end of the day, you know that you're standing on the solid ground. You're rocking with the best, the universe, the creator of the universe. It don't get no better. So if I am with him, if I am a child of the King, why am I worrying myself? Because at the end of the day, he's going to do what he's going to do anyways. And I'm just going to have to trust in him and know that, okay, his plan is better than mine. And when I started to realize that God's plan is better than mine, recently my life has just been coming together like that house that I told you about. And that's because I activated my faith, where I was like, you know what, Lord, whatever comes, I'm rocking with you. And, instead of, doing that with people first, we need to seek God first, and then the people will come. God has really blessed me with a lot of amazing people, a lot of special people recently, and it's because I activated my faith. There's a lot of stuff that I was asking where it was just very broad out. It was very, okay, I need this, Lord, and God could not understand that. He was like, what? Everybody else needs that, Josie. But when you become more detailed with what you're seeking, what you're hoping for, that's another way of activating your faith to the next level. So this week testimony was just me realizing that, in everything that I do now, activating my faith is a part of it. Leaving my house, I pray, we all pray to leave, to go where we need to go and come back home. But when you believe that, okay, Lord, you have me in your hands, there's nothing you have, there's so much peace in that. And when you have so much peace in knowing that, you are wrapped and you are in the hands, he has the whole world in his hand. The song says it. When you know you are in the hand of God, it's like the peace that comes over you is just unexplainable. And that's activating your faith, because for sure, good or bad, you're going to be in the right hands with the right one, and that's God. And so me just being able to be committed in that, and really showing God that, you know what, I'm going to seek you. The verse that I found that was so powerful this week was Mark 11, verse 24. And it says, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Like I said, we ask God for all these things, and it's like, okay, if he does it, he does it. If he doesn't do it within that time, or, when I need it, I'm just going to do something totally different. It's like, no, believe that, okay, if it's according to his will, he knows you need it, he's going to give it to you when you're ready for it. And you have to diligently, once he confirmed to you that, this is what I have for you, you need to start working on it. And that's activating your faith. A lot of us, we have signs from God, and we're like, nah, that ain't God. God send you somebody, it's like, nah, that ain't God. God send you a job, like, nah, God. And we self-sabotage because we do not activate the faith that, okay, I said I wanted this, now God give it to you, and then you self-sabotage, and it's like, where's your faith? Or you say, okay, you know what, I can't wait till God give me this, I have to do it right now because I want it right now. And it's like, you were never ready for it right now. And he had to break you down. He had to transition you up. He had to mold you a little bit, for you to be that person that can receive that thing that you were seeking, that you prayed for, in the time that you were ready for it. And when you understand that, activating your faith it will be easy. We always just want, if I give to you, I want something in return. And that's how we treat God. I have a lot of conversation with people where it's like, I pray to God and God is not giving me this when, I wanted it, or, God has forgotten about me. And it's like, no, God has not forgotten about you. It's just that you might not, that might not be what he has in your plan, and he needs for you to forget it, honey. He needs you to revamp your mind and say, what? Maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not what he wants for me. Sometimes when we don't receive the things that we pray for, is because it's not for us. And God wants us to realize that in our faith. Like, if you believe that, I'm going to do right by you, and you believe that you're going to receive it, then I'm going to give you the best. And that's activating your faith. Seeking God is activating your faith to the next level. Not just going to church, and not just, turning on a sermon. Now that we're virtual, we can just turn on sermons and listen to podcasts, Inspiration Speak Love 100 podcasts. But if you're not really getting anything, if you're not really applying any of these things to your life, there's no point, because you're not activating your faith. You're not activating, your brain. You're not activating yourself in, hey, okay, I'm going to be intentional. It has to be some type of work. It has to be some type of action. And this week I had to put a lot of work into, a couple of things, and it's paying off, because I believe that what I asked for, I received the confirmation, and I've diligently done the work. And now, because I've activated my faith, and it was just not a watered down, like, okay, I'm going to pray because I know I have to pray. No, I actually like, okay, God, we're going to do this every morning at 5 a.m. We're going to do this every night at 8:30, 9 o'clock, midnight, and, when you do that, God sees you. He says, okay, you want to work? I'm going to work with you. And that's activating your faith. God needs you to see that you want it bad enough. He wants to see that you really are eager to say, what? I'm just not going to work to be successful in this world. I'm going to work for my spiritual soul. I wanted peace so bad that I had to do a lot of things. I had to lose a lot of people. I had to walk away from a lot of opportunities because I wanted peace so bad. When you want something so bad, and God has given you confirmation that it's yours, you now have to do the work. And that's activating your faith to the next level. That is how you do it. You don't just say, oh God, I need it. God sent it to me. And then when he sent it to you, you don't work for it. You don't work to keep it. You don't work to, maintain it. You just like, okay, God sent it to me, next. No, when you actually take heed to what God has given you, it's something amazing. Something amazing transcends and transforms into your mind, into the atmosphere where it shows God that, you're serious, you're committed, you're dedicated, and he can trust you with the things that he gives you, because he knows that you're not going to take it for granted. There's a lot of things that I prayed for years, and I'm finally getting it, and I'm finally getting to experience those things. And I honestly would not have been able to handle or be able to receive those things or those people if I didn't work on activating my peace. I didn't work on restoring myself. Sometimes we think that just by asking God for materialistic things, that's us activating faith. No, sometimes he just wants us to work within ourselves. He needs to work from the inside out in order for you to sometimes even step into whatever you're asking for. And so my testimony is, I finally realized that when I activate my faith, when I really seek God, there's nothing I can do. And I'm just so grateful that he allowed me to really just really understand that. He allowed me to really just sit in that. I told you this month was a month of reflection for me. And in this week, I just realized that, it wouldn't, this moment for me would not have happened if I didn't activate my faith and really activate it to the next level. Not the baby faith where, okay, well, my mom taught me, I kept it, I honed on it. No, I'm reading other chapters of the Bible that I never even tapped into. It's like, whoa, that was there, and I'm applying so much things into my life. And, that's when you tap into activating your faith, not just when you memorize the regular verses that, Sabbath school taught you, but when you really seek out God, the way we seek out individuals, the way we seek out our favorite thing, our favorite show, give him some attention and activate your faith. Like, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You won't regret it. Like, for real. You just won't. I want to share some other things with you. Philippians 4 verse 19. It says, God will meet all of your needs according to the riches of his glory. He's going to meet all of your needs. So when you're worried about paying your bills, I've been there. When you're worried about, not being able to feed your kids or yourself, I've been there. When you're worried about not being able to, purchase something or, not being able to provide for your loved ones, I've been there. I'm a caretaker. So, not being able to, hey, I need to make sure this person is good. When you're unable to do that, and then you seek God in this promise, God will meet your needs. Like he said, He said all of your needs, not some, not one, not two. He said all of your need. And when you really tap in and hone into that, I stopped worrying, and God just showed up and showed out. And that's because I tapped into my faith. I was like, you know what, God, I'm going to trust you. We say that all the time. I'm going to trust you. We tell people, we have more trust in people than we have in Christ. And people fail us all the time. I've been so disappointed in life by people. But when I opened up my faith realm and I tapped into, okay, I'm going to really trust you, God, 100%. Life couldn't be any better. And well, it could be much better because it is, because I'm with the creator of the universe. But when we tap into him, he says, I will meet all things, and he hasn't disappointed me yet. I may have not gotten it when I wanted it because I was not ready for it. But when you're ready for it, when God sees that, okay, you can handle it, he's going to give you everything, all things, all your needs. I don't know how else. I don't know. I would want to experience that if I was you. For sure. Seeking God is activating your faith. It's as simple as that. I don't have 5 steps for you guys. I don't have, 4 steps. I have this one step. Seek God, and he's going to activate your faith to the next level. Show that you're interested. Don't just pray and just be like, okay, it's going to happen, and just, not do the work. Pray, understand his confirmation, and show him that, you know what, I'm here with you. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to read if I have to read. I'm going to meditate if I have to meditate. I'm not going to watch certain things. I'm going to, take a break from social media if I need to, so I can hear your voice. I had to do that plenty of times. There were so many things that was going on where I really was confused of where the confirmation was come from, what he wanted me to understand. And sometimes I had to just like detox myself from people, from family, from the world. And when you do that, that's another way of activating your faith. When you're showing that, God, you're important to me. Some people can't. Some people can't go a day without social media. I feel so sorry for you, my friend. But when you start to sacrifice the things of this world for Christ, and it doesn't, tap in or interfere or disrupt your peace, it doesn't disrupt your happiness, that's when you have activated your faith to another level. Like when you really cannot go with the things of this world, you still need some work. There's some work needs to be done. But when you can shut off everything and say, Lord, it's you and me, good, bad, ugly, whether people like me or not, it's you and me, that's when you have tapped into activating your faith to the next level. And it's the best feeling of the world, because whether the storm comes, whether the sun shines, I can't be shaken. because I know his plan is better than mine. And I know that whatever he confirms to me, whatever he shows me that I have to do, I need to do it. And I'm going to put the work in it to do it. And sometimes God has shown you what you need to do. He painted it. Like somebody said this today, he wrote it in the sky for you. And you still just like, nah, I'm not doing that because it's not cool. And people may talk about me. That's not activating your faith. And so I need you to activate your faith. I need for you to tap into that. I need for you to, don't care what everybody else say, because when you're going through it, everybody else is not there. Who's there? Big G. Okay? So activate your faith and showing him that, you know what? I trust you 100% times that. And he is going to show up and show up and show up and show out in your life. I guarantee it. I love you guys. I'm not gonna keep you guys too late because I know it's the weekend, but I want you guys to really, take time to really just like tap into your faith, expand your faith, put in the work to finding and seeking out those confirmation. It's right in front of you. Trust and believe. There's some things that I was asking God for years, and it was right in my face. And because one, I was not prepared for it, so he was not going to give it to me. But two, I was not really seeking it. I was asking, but I was not asking. It's like, and so once I decided that, okay, God, I'm ready, it's you and you alone, he started to show me some things that blew my mind. And there's more that is going to blow my mind that is coming. And so stay tuned, Team 100. Stay tuned, because God is going to do amazing things in my life, your life, and we get to share it together. I'm going to leave you with this last verse. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 24. God will make it happen for those who call on him. And so if you need something in this moment, I don't know what it is. I don't know what your heart is earning or yearning for, but whatever it is, trust God with it. If it's for you, it will happen. And then if it's not, go into detail, God, break it down for me, Lord. Show me like in clear as day, if it's for me, it's not for me, so I can move on. And he will do that. And that's you tapping into your faith on another level. I love you guys. Remember to be great in all things, and all things be great. We're here next Friday, you guys, for testimony night. The podcast is here. Tap into the podcast. It's somewhere on my bio or in a video. We're going to have some really deep conversations. So we're going to talk about everything under the sun: love, marriage, parenting, romance, cooking. We're going to do everything. The book. Listen, you guys, I love you guys for all the love, for all the anticipation for the book. Okay. It's coming soon. And you guys won't be disappointed. I poured my heart into this book, and I hope it is a blessing to you guys, because my life have been a work in progress, and it has been a blessing to those who have been able to read it thus far. But I'm so excited to share this new journey of my life with you guys, to share the special people that is coming into my life, to just like show you guys that, listen, if you put God first, there's nothing that you won't be able to do, tap into, be a part of, become, because he got you. He got you. You just need to activate your faith. Okay, so see you later. See you next week. Be great in all things again. I love you guys. I love you, Team 100. Later. Bye.